Oh yes, my friends. Oh yes, indeed. Welcome to the Path of Exile Beta. I don't know why I'm saying oh yes, but I'm pretty excited. Let me make sure that all this looks fancy. Oh, it does. Yes, it does. All right, so welcome, guys. Path of Exile, huh? Have you not heard of it? Well, it's a action RPG, and I'm going to be playing it for you guys. So I'll be playing through the beta, and I will basically go along this journey with you. And I will let you make your own decisions, and I will tell you what I think about it as well. So I played a little bit. I've got some stuff in my shared stash, so I will probably be making use of that. You can see right here, starting off on this little shore. Yeah, I'm going to be tearing through this, at least as much as possible with everything else that I have to do. So, all right, let me hide this garbage because never does reading global chat amount to anything positive. All right, so I have it set so that it hides basically all drops that are white. Those are just kind of the most basic of stuff. So I have it so that it hides those. I don't really need to see those for the most part. Only the upper echelon of things. So here's something interesting. You can run by everything. So far in this game, I've literally ran through like half of an act without attacking a thing. I would get to like an end area and kill whatever boss or whatever quest needed to be done, and then that was that. Now, obviously, on that you miss out on XP and you miss out on loot, but this means that you can, just kind of grind your way through some things pretty simply. And I certainly think that a lot of the times the beginner areas are skippable, with the exception of certain things. And we're going to go into detail, and I'll take a look at everything. There's definitely a lot for me to explain to you guys. I don't know why I'm running around like a pansy. I'm just going to sit here and tank this damage and kill off this guy. So you start off in this main area, and as you saw, all that stuff that I ran by, you could also just stay and kill. And then once you do that, it says you can see return to the encampment for your reward. So we'll do that, I'm certain. All right, and I think before we, I don't need any of that stuff. Oh yeah, this is the beta build, obviously, and you can't, like, there's stuff that aren't implemented into the game yet. There are things that are not implemented in the game. For example, selling. So normally I'd pick up this stuff, I would identify it, and I would sell it, but I can't even sell items, so I'm not even going to bother picking up this low level stuff at the beginning area. All right, so you kill that guy, Hillcock, and then we go to this area, and now I don't know. I've gone a little bit further than this, but not really much. All right, so these are like little things here, little quest things. You can tell by the exclamation mark there. All right, so I got some stuff in my stash, so I will utilize this immediately. And while we're in town, let me just talk about some of the basic things here. So I can't use that shield yet, but I will be able to soon. So I'm gonna put that in my inventory. Can't use that helm. Actually, can't use that until level 9. So this is stuff in my stash that I've picked up on a prior character. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab all of these things as I deem necessary. This one's better, so I'll hold on to that as soon as I use it. All right, so we're going to take a look at everything that I'm putting into my inventory. I'm sure you guys are wondering what's going on. I'm actually going to get rid of these as well. All right, so let's start off. Let's do one thing at a time. Potions. They're known as flasks in this game, and they recharge while in combat. The very cool thing that I really like about these, though, is that they have you can have things attached to them. What do I want to call them? Attributes or whatever. You can see this is a flask of a minor mana flask of iron skin, but you can see it has plus 14 charges, 61% increased armor during recovery. I've got one over here, 28% increased resistances during recovery. That one's got 16 extra charges. This one has 50% increased recovery speed. So these flasks that are taking place of what's typically known as potions actually have some pretty cool attributes attached to them. I'll be able to use this one soon, so let me throw that in there. All right, so these are spells that I have saved up. All right, here's the next big thing. There aren't really spells in this game. They're gems which you use for spells. So you can see these gems here, and I slot them into equal color. So any of these blue gems I can put into blue gem slots on my gear. But that is it. Those are your spells in this game. You don't have. I've got a where is it? I've got a passive skill panel, and we'll look at that in a few minutes. We're not going to look at that quite yet because it's intense. But there's no skill. You don't like get skills or anything. You just get these gems. You put them in gear, and those are your skills. So this gem gives me Raise Zombie. This gem gives me Ice Spear. This gem gives me Freezing Pulse. So I'm actually going to take these 3 because I can use these in just 1 minute. I can't use them until level 2, but I'll be there basically the second that I leave town. So Ice Spear, Freezing Pulse. All right, so I got all those. These ones I won't be able to use for a while. These are things that basically increase your armor. Orbs of Transmutation. Transmutation, oh boy. I'll right-click on an item and turn it into magical. This one adds a magic mod to an item. This one the quality is increased. So there you go. Increases the quality of an item. What does this one do? This one does normal items and increases the quality as well. And this one, right-click on item and then click on it to re-roll its socket layout. That's pretty cool, actually. Let me try that for the shield. See if I can get a blue. Jeweler's Orb. Let's see how this works. I got a blue! Beautiful! Blue's good for me because most of the spells I've realized for the wizard are blue. So blue sockets are phenomenal. So that's really great that I got the blue socket there for that shield. So I will be sure to utilize that. And in fact, since I've got that extra blue socket, I'm probably just going to be returning this. Do any more of these unlock at level 2? No. All right, so that's enough in town. I know you guys want to see some action, and we can continue to go into depth. All right. So I already have Ice Spear, Freezing Pulse, and Raise Zombie. This guy gives me Freezing Pulse, Spark, Ice Spear. So let me get the Spark then. I guess that's the only one that I don't have. Beautiful. Well, I can't use those yet, but I will be able to very, very shortly as soon as I hit level 2. So let me go back out, and I don't know if I have any quests right now. I haven't really noticed that. Let's check the quest log. So no. So basically, I've just been going from zone to zone, and I've realized that this is basically how you pick up quests. Now, I could just run through the zone, but I do want to level up, so I'm not going to. Pick up this Minor Mana Flask. I don't think I've got a full. There we go. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to play this game, and you guys are going to tell me what you think about it, if you like it or not. Get level 2 really quick so that I can... Oh yeah, there's Scrolls of Portal and Scroll of Identification as well. They're called something different. I don't even know. Well, Scroll of Wisdom, okay. You distinguish yourself somehow, right? Alright, so I've just got my basic wand attack right now, but again, as soon as I hit level 2, which will be very momentarily, probably shortly after killing this batch of guys here, then I should... There we go, level 2, beautiful. So now I'm going to be able to, first let me identify this band. What's this one do? 24 maximum life, and then I've got evasion, cold resist. This one's lightning damage. I'm going to take that. I can... No, don't really need that. All right, so let me put my... So these are my spells, as mentioned. So I will put my spells into my gear, which will activate them. Freezing Pulse and Ice Spear. So there we go. And then I've got Raise Dead and Spark. Spark I probably won't even be using, but I will be using the rest. So Freezing Pulse, Ice Spear is going to be my center. So center mouse brings out Ice Spear, and then Freezing Pulse is the other one. So you're going to see here I can hit 3. It's going to use my mana, but it recharges in combat. So that's really, really cool. I really like the idea of flasks. I think that's pretty neat. Oh, do I even want that, though? You know what? I don't really need... I don't really need Spark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Spark out. I'm going to put Ice Spear up there. I'm going to get these gloves, because this glove is actually better. So I would prefer to use that. All right, so got Raise Zombie. We get a zombie. And let us go about our merry way, slaying demons here. All right, so now, feel free to let me know in the comments below too, like what kind of things you guys are interested in learning about, particularly in this game. Otherwise, I will literally just burn through this game and talk. So if there's anything in particular you'd like to learn about, we will take a look at the skill tree thing as well. I will be certain to get a look at that. But yeah, I'm just going to be basically walking around. That zombie is pretty useless, huh? The Scroll of Wisdom. That's pretty unfortunate that he basically does absolutely nothing. So you can pretty much spam potions here because, again, they recharge in combat. So there's really nothing preventing you from doing that because they will recharge. Right, let me try to find the next area. That zombie is useless. My God. That's pathetic. Let's see if he can help me now that we're in a fight. Raise Zombie. Terrible. Terrible spell. Deadwood Staff. Ooh, snap. Look at that. Super rare. Cool. Should I just take it? It doesn't do any range damage. Got cold. You might as well take it for the increased abilities. I don't necessarily need the wand attack. Oh no, I can't use. Okay, F that. F that. No, I need that shield too. Yeah. There we go. That's better. Completely slipped my mind that was two-handed. So, completely slipped my mind. Was there anything else that I need? Okay, that one's extra. I might as well save that. Maybe one day I'll be able to sell. Maybe one day we'll be able to sell items like any other game. Again, it's just the beta, though. They just haven't implemented everything yet, so I'm certainly okay with it. So yeah, the packs seem pretty easy to take out. You know, I mean, obviously I have this gear that I acquired from my other character, but it was easy in the initial go through as well. As soon as I got my first spell, basically, my first gem spell, I think that's pretty neat too. I like the gem spell system, but the flask thing is really like, well, I really like that implementation. I really like flasks as opposed to those potions. Obviously, you'll know that Diablo 3 isn't really focusing on potions anymore either. That game is going to have orbs that drop on the ground. So that's another neat way to handle the situation. But just spamming potions is kind of stupid. It's the old. I mean, it's not. I don't know. It's not stupid. It's the old version. You know, it's what we grew up on in RPGs, right? It's what we're used to. But okay, so I'm gonna go through the next area, and then we'll take a look at the skill tree. I know that I have a skill point available. I'm not really too concerned though. I don't think that's making or breaking this play right now. It doesn't seem like there's much of an issue. So beta obviously is all about feedback. So why don't you guys tell me too? Aside from any feedback that I will give, you guys let me know what you think is good, what you think is bad, what you would like the developers to work on if this is a game that you're interested in. It's another action RPG. I know a lot of us are waiting for Diablo. I mean, most of you on my channel probably there for either StarCraft or Diablo because that's the bulk of the content. But there's no reason not to try other games. So certainly give those the smaller developers their due. They work very hard on their content, most definitely. So we've got health, also have energy shield, so that's something else to note. There we go. So this is the next area, the mud flats. All right, so mud flats. I already know what to do here. I basically have to find these 3 artifacts, and they're clearly displayed on the minimap. They're in these Roa's nest. So I'm gonna get these 3 glyphs, and then that'll let me clear the next area. And then I believe after that we can go ahead and take a look at the skill tree, and we'll just go from there. I'm literally just gonna play. I'm gonna record whenever I play. This is actually the same thing I plan to do with Diablo. See, I'm not even bothering. This is like, it's so like, I don't, I can ignore all of the monsters. Not a big deal that you guys are here. Not really too concerned that you guys are here. That's something I would like them to change. I would like them to force engagement. I don't think you should be able to just run through levels. Literally, as I mentioned earlier, I have ran through half of an act. Literally, just from start to finish. Half of, well, not start to finish, but half of it. But I've literally ran through entire half of an act, and that's, I don't think, I think that they should force engagement, be it stuns, be it literally running right up to your face and making you engage, otherwise you take damage and die. Some sort of snares would be fantastic as well. Whatever, just engage the player. I think that's a good idea. Don't allow me to just run by all this stuff if I want to. I mean, they spent all this time designing this content and attack animations, and if I can literally skip entire monster types, then it seems kind of wasted, does it not? I believe it does. Okay, yeah, little chargy dude there. Let me see if I can find. So you can see that was the second one, and I just have to find that third thing on the map. All right, let me get these guys. I think these are unwavering, dripping dead. So yeah, there's gear, but I'm not really interested. I've got a gear from the later half of this act, so it far surpasses. One thing I would also like to see is with the mouse over of gear on the ground, showing you what you have currently, so you can make a comparison nice and easily, rather than having to pick this up, go to my inventory. I know it makes me sound like a lazy ass, but these are just, I guess, the things you become accustomed to, and it makes it odd when you see that it's not there. If that makes sense. Alright, let me go find that last Roa's Nest. I will unlock this area, and then we'll look at skill trees. Okay, see ya. You see, though, I mean, these guys, they're try as they might. Try as they might, they cannot slow me up indefinitely. Alright, I gotta find one more Roa's Nest. And then we shall be on our way to the next area. But so far, oh, there it is. So far, things have seemed pretty straightforward. I will say that as well. There really hasn't been anything that's been, you know, bewildering for me. I mean, it's an action RPG, you know, you don't expect, it's not much of a thinking game. You know, you just click and you run through the areas. But I would like to have to think about something, because I have literally just, you know, I would run through this entire zone, and I would get to the end and it'd be like, okay, find those 3 glyphs, and then there you go. So, alright, so here's the area. So this is why I found the 3 glyphs. Typically, if you didn't know about that, you'd go here, and then you'd click on this, and it'd be like, oh, you need 3 strange items. But since I knew about it, I could do that ahead of time. And then, yeah, we didn't even have a quest to do it, but all of a sudden it says, oh, you opened up the title path. Now go to town for your reward. It's like, well, I didn't even know that I had a request for, I didn't even know I had a quest for that. So, town portal scroll. See, it looks a little odd when you mouse over entrances to portals or to next zones. You get that little white thing. I hope that's just, you know, there's a graphic that hasn't been instilled, because I think that they could do a little better than that. They're just a big white blob. I entrust that they could do better than that. All right, so here's my next reward. What do I get? Cold Snap. Oh yeah, I use this. This is one of my favorites. So I got a new spell. Is basically what happened. So I will get rid of. I don't really care for Ray Zombie. So I'm going to get rid of Ray Zombie since I only have 3 blue slots, and I will use that instead for Cold Snap. And let me put Cold Snap actually to this. And Ice Spear will be that. This one doesn't need to be anything. Let me go back to my shared stash here. Drop these spells off since I'm not really using them. Drop this off since I'm not really using that. And I don't need this either. And I will save this. I might as well. Okay, so boop 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 boop. All right, now that I've got those, let me go back through, and I'll just do a little bit more. All right, so I got the title passage. Time to go through. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. All right, what level am I? I'm level 3. This zone has level 4 monsters. Watch what happens. All right. This is what I wish that they would fix. My ability to literally just run by everything without consequence. And literally just run. What? Why is it stopping? There we go. So you can see my health's not really going down because they don't. You know what? I think what the problem is that there's that delay in engagement. I think that if they fix that, it would make this not possible. But I'm literally just running by everything. I'm trying to go to. The other thing too is that these mobs do disengage. So once you get to a certain distance, they'll just dead end. So that's obviously stopping. That's stopping my plan there. All right, let's get my scroll of wisdom. But you can see, like, I had trailed a lot more than that, and it's not following because they do disengage. Ah, dead end. Come on, that was annoying. That is so